Hi friends, welcome back to our video series Multiplayer Game Development using Unity and Photon. So in the previous videos in this series we have seen what is a multiplayer game and what is the difference between a single player game and a multiplayer game. And we have also seen some of the networking basics and how data is transferred from one computer to another computer in internet. So these concepts are very important when we talk about the multiplayer games, because in the multiplayer games we constantly transfer data from one computer to another computer. Like when a player moves or he fires a gun, those data must be transferred to other players at the same time. So we need to understand the basics of networking and how a data is transferred from the one computer to another computer. So if you have not watched my previous videos, I request you to watch those videos so that you can understand better the coming videos. Because in the coming videos we are going to develop a racing game. Okay, so that is a multiplayer racing game. So then in this multiplayer racing game, we are going to use Unity, Photon and playfab to develop a game that communicates with the between the players and send the data of the players to other computers, etc. So that is what we are going to do in the coming videos. So first I will just give you an introduction of what is the plan. So first we are going to create a single player car racing game where a user can control the car and he can drive the car using the keys. Okay, so that is what we are going to do first. After that, we will see how the different players can join the game using the different players or different cars, and how they can race between each other, and how your data is communicated from one computer to another computer. So we will learn these things in the coming videos. So like I mentioned earlier, we are going to use Unity to develop this game. So Unity is one of the most popular game engines available right now in the market. So using the other backend systems like Photon and playfab, you can create excellent multiplayer games using Unity. So first I will give you information how to download Unity. So if you don't have Unity or you have not worked with the Unity till now, please watch how we can download this Unity or install the Unity to our computer and start working with it. And I have also released some videos where you can see the basics of Unity, and you can find those videos in my channel. Okay, so please watch those videos if you are not familiar with Unity. And even though if you are not watching, then I will be giving you some introduction and the basics of this Unity when we proceed with the next videos. Okay, so don't worry about that. So I hope you will enjoy this tutorial series, and just follow these videos. Then I hope you will be comfortable in developing the multiplayer games after the video series. So Next, after that, after learning about how to install the Unity to your computer, we are going to uh, learn some of the basics of how to import the assets or how to use the assets to create a game. So it will be like a very basic thing how to click and drag the prefab to the hierarchy, or how you can publish that Unity file to your APK file. So these basic things we will cover today. Then after that, we will start writing the codes in the coming videos. So I hope you will enjoy this video. So let us start. So if you don't have Unity, you can download Unity from going to their site unity.com. Okay, and here you can see all these latest news and the all the supports which you can get from Unity. Okay, so these are the some of the these platforms which you can publish your project. Okay, so when you go to download, you can see that download Unity. Okay, when you go to this page, you can see this is how you can download the different versions of Unity. You can download the latest version of Unity to start developing this game. But it doesn't matter much which version of these Unities you are downloading. But it is always better to download the latest version, because you will get the latest functionalities, and it will be the version which has this fixed a lot of the bugs which was there in the previous version. So it is always better to download the latest version. I will be starting developing this game using 2020.1.0. Then maybe while developing this game, maybe I will upgrade to the latest version. But right now I am going to start with 2020.1.0. So what we are done here is that first I opened the Unity, then I created a new project. So if you already have a project which you want to open, you can just click on that project. Otherwise, here I am going to start a project from start. When you open a new project, this is the interface what you can see. Here you can see that I have 5 main windows. That is, one is the hierarchy, then we have scene, then we have game, then we have inspector window, then we have the project window. So we can create as many windows as we want, because according to our requirements. But these are the, when you start a project, when you create project, these are the 5 main windows which we are going to use. So here when you see in the top, you can see that I have my target platform as PC, Mac and Linux standalone. Okay, so we are going to create this project for Android platform. So we have to change this platform to Android. So for that, first what we have to do is that I will go to File, then go to Build Settings. In this Build Settings, you can see the some of the platforms which the Unity supports, like a PC, you have Windows, then iOS, Android. Like I mentioned, we are going to publish this game in the Android platform. Okay, so we are going to play this game in the Android mobiles. Okay, so I will select on Android. Then you can select switch platform. Okay, then just click on switch platform. Now you can see that on this top of this bar, you can see target platform is changed from PC to Android. Okay, so I will close this. So you can see that this is my new target platform, that is Android. So we will start developing this game, that is this racing game. For creating this game, we need some assets. Okay, so that is, we need some 3D models, we need some audios, scripts, etc. So when you start a new project in Unity, you can see that I already have one folder inside this assets folder. So this is where all my assets which I am going to work with are stored. Okay, so when you start a project, you can see that by default I have one folder called scenes. There I have a already I have a default scene called sample scene that you can see here also. So this is the scene which is currently open right now. This is just a default asset, but we need a lot of assets which we need to use while we develop a game. So first what we will do is that we will download some assets. Okay, so for that there are two options, like one is just create your own assets. Like if you have a 3D modeler or graphic designer, you create your own assets. So that is what we do when we create a game professionally. We create our assets with using our resources like a 3D modelers, animators, then graphic designers, etc. But for this learning purpose, what I am going to do is that I am going to download some assets from the Unity asset store. Okay, so I will show you how we can do that. Okay, so for that I will go to Window. Then we can select on asset store. Okay. In the earlier cases, we could open this in this separate window. Now we will go and search it the online. Okay, so just select on search online. So now I am in the Unity asset store. So here you can see find a lot of assets which you can buy for your project. So it is not necessary that if you are an independent programmer and you don't have any resources for the 3D assets development, so you need not worry, because Unity provides a lot of assets which you can buy. So you can see that there are a lot of assets with $24, then for $30. There are a lot of categories also that is available. Have these categories, you can see that 3D, 2D add-ons, audio essentials, templates, tools, visual effects. So there are different types of sections that are available. So depending on assets which you require, you can select that. Okay. Then just select on 3D. So when you select 3D, you can see all these 3D assets which are available for purchase. And if you are not intending to buy any assets right now, you want to learn to develop games in Unity, you can also go for the free assets. Okay, so you can just go for these are some of the free assets you can see in Unity Asset Store. So you can use these assets when you are learning how to develop the game. So you can see that we have a lot of assets. So here you can see I have the racing car. Okay, so if you select this, you can see that I have a racing car model here. So if you want to download this, you can just go click on add to my assets, so it will be downloaded to your Unity project. I wanted to introduce you to Unity Asset Store. So Unity Asset Store provides you a lot of free assets and paid assets which you can use for your projects. So even if you, like I mentioned, even if you are a independent programmer and you don't have the access to the resources for developing the 3D models and other animations, you can always visit the asset store and you will get very high quality contents and assets from Unity Asset Store. So let us go back to Unity. Now what I am going to do is that I already have some assets which we can use to develop this game. So instead of downloading from the asset store, what I am going to do now is that I am going to copy and paste the assets which I have and do this project. So here you can see that I have already imported some of the assets which I am going to use while developing this game. Here you can see in the assets folder I have all these assets that is arranged. Okay, so these assets I have most of the 3D assets I have downloaded from the asset store. You can import as much assets as you want to the assets folder, but it is not necessary that you have to use all of the assets which you have downloaded. Okay, it is not necessary that you are going to use the entire assets which you have downloaded. You may use all the assets or you may not use all the assets. So here what I am going to do next is that I am going to create a new scene. So the scene which is open right now is the sample scene which you get when you start a new project. So instead of that, I am going to create my own scene. Okay, so for that, first I will go to my scenes folder. It is very important while you develop a game that you arrange everything properly. So that is scenes and scripts, audios. There are a lot of assets which you are going to work on. So it is very important to arrange these assets properly. Otherwise, it will be very confusing for you to while you try to fix a bug or when you want to edit your game. So it is going to be very difficult. So it is always very important that when you start your game, you should arrange everything properly. Okay, so I am going to create my new scene in the scenes folder. So go to this scenes folder and just right click here and go to create. Okay, here create, we have an option called scene. Okay, just select on this scene. So in this scene, I will give a name for that scene. Okay. So I have given the name of my new scene as game scene. Okay, so just a double click on that game scene to open that. So here you can see that the scene which is open right now is the game scene. When you create a new scene, you will get these two assets by default. That is, one is the main camera. The other one is the directional light. This main camera, so whatever you see in your game, that is what you see using the camera. Okay, so it is not enough that whatever you see in the scene that will be seen in the game. So this is scene is where you work, but the whatever you are going to see when after publishing into the game is through the camera. Okay, so when you select this main camera, you can see that a camera preview. Okay, so this is what you are going to see in the game. Okay, so if you want to see in a window what you are going to see in this game, you can just select on game. Okay, so this is what you are going to see in the final game. Okay, so this is the window where I am going to create the game. Okay, so that is the scene window. And we have to make sure that whatever you want to show in that game is visible in the camera. Okay, otherwise when you publish that, it will not be visible. And the direction light is the main light. That is, you can say it is like a sun. Okay, so it illuminates the entire scene. Okay, so that is the directional light, and this is the main camera. Okay, you will get a lot of help online or in the website of Unity also. The detailed description about these individual assets. Okay, so here right now we are going to develop a game. So I am not going to give too much importance for the individual assets or the individual components. So if you want to learn more about this camera or directional light, what you can do is that you can go to help. Okay, and you have the Unity manual is there. Okay, you can just select that. So here you can see you will get all the help you need for while developing the game. Like if you want to learn more about this physics, then you can just go to this physics. Okay, then we have the rigid body. So there are a lot of helps available in the Unity website, and if you want to have some help in programming also, you have this scripting section. Okay, so here you can see all the packages and classes, okay, which you can refer while you develop the game. So Unity provides a lot of help in terms of this documentation. So when you want to learn more about a particular asset or component, you can always visit the Unity website, and you can learn about that particular asset like a main camera or the directional light. Okay, so now just understand that main camera is which shows your game to the world. Okay, and the directional light is something which is used for providing light to that particular scene. Like I mentioned earlier, like in the project folder, we import all the assets which we are planning to use in that game. So it is not necessary that we will use all these assets. So when you want to use a particular assets, you can just click and drag that to the hierarchy window. Okay, so this hierarchy window shows all the assets which you are going to use in that particular scene. Okay, so right now I have two assets, and I can add more assets if you want. So if I want to add a plane, okay, so you can just select that, go to 3D object, and you have the plane option there. Okay, so when I select this plane, you can see that a plane is created in that 3D world. So you can see in the hierarchy, I have one more asset added, that is the plane. And when I select on the main camera, you can see that plane here. Okay, so you can see that plane. So when I publish that, this will be published to that as a part of that game. And if you want to see, want to create a cube also, you can go to 3D object and go to cube. Okay, so you can see that I have one more asset, cube. So it is now in the coordinate of 0, 0, 0. That is why it is in the middle of this plane. So if you want to move this upwards also, you can
use this inspector window to move this. You can see that I can move this and place it on top of that plane. This is how you can create an assets using the Unity. Now I will just remove this. I just wanted to give you an idea of how the assets are created in Unity. So I will just remove these assets. What I am going to do next is that I will go to the so I will go to my prefabs folder. Okay, so prefabs you can see. So these are some of the prefabs which I have created. Prefabs is you can say it is like a class. You can create a lot of objects from that particular class. Okay, so it is like you can create any number of copies from that particular assets. Okay, so here I have already created a prefab of city, okay, which I am going to click and drag to the stage. I have clicked and dragged the city assets from the prefabs folder to the stage. So you can see that when you go to the scene, I have my city asset here. Okay, so this is where I am going to create my game. Okay, so using my cars are going to race in this city. This is my scene view where I can see the entire city and I can work on that. And when you expand this city asset, you can see all these assets or the models which are used to create this asset. Okay, so you can just double click on that if you want to focus that particular model. Okay, so you can see when you select this, you have these blocks, then we have this train road. A lot of assets are used or models are used to develop this city. So when I downloaded that, it was completely with all these buildings and roads, and I deleted a lot of models because when you are developing the game for these mobile platforms, you need to be very careful about the size. Okay, so I have removed a lot of buildings and roads, bridges and other assets. So this is what is remaining. So this is my city assets where I am going to create this game. Okay, so when I go to this game, so you can see that this is how it looks like in the camera. Okay, so don't worry about that right now. We will create a new script for the camera so that it will follow the car, so that it won't be look like this. So I have added the city asset to the stage. Now next what I need a car. Okay, I need a car to move around. So this is the car which I am going to use. Okay, so in this cars folder you can see the some of the assets which you can use as the car. So I will go to this car 2. Okay, so you can see that it is car 2 prefab. Okay, just click on that and select and drag it. So I also have a car assets there. Okay, so you can just go for double click on car 2. So it is focused to the car. So this is my car. Okay, so it is not very perfect, but when you learn to develop a game, this is enough. So this is the car which I am going to use. So here you can see that it is in a little bit higher up the ground. So you can just move this, okay, or you can give the value as 0 there. Sorry, 0 is not work. Just move it up. 0.3 is enough, I think. So this is I have placed that in 0.3. So here you can see that I have a city and I have a car. If you want to change this name also, you can change. What I will do is that I will just give this as name as car. Okay. So if you want to change the name of any asset, you can select that and you can go to this inspector and change the name of that. Okay, so if you want to create more cars using that same prefab, you can just select and drag it here. Okay, car 2. So I have, and now I have 3 cars because I can see only one right now because the other cars on top of that previous car. So you can just move this to index position. Okay. So here you can see that I have 3 cars right now in the on the stage. So I created all these cars from the car 2 prefab. Okay. So right now I am not going to use the other cars. Okay, I will just remove this. So right now I have the 2 assets which I clicked and dragged and on the stage. That is, one is the city where the entire game takes place, and the other one is my player car. Okay, so this is the car which I am going to move around. After creating your scene, so what the next we have to do is that I will save this and I will publish this as a APK file. Okay, so first I will go to file, then go to build settings. So here I have to add which scenes I need to build. Okay, so here options of if you are not giving any option, then it will just build using the scene which is open right now in the Unity. Otherwise, you can just click on add open scene, so it can say that my game scene is added. So when you develop a game, this is not the only scene which you are going to work on. So there will be a lot of different scenes, like there will be one for the splash scene, then one for could be for the instruction scene, then credit scene. So there are a lot of scenes that could be there in when you develop a game. So you have to add all these scenes which you are going to use in that game. So here I am using only one scene. I have created only one scene, that is the game scene, and I am going to publish that scene. And you can just select on build. Okay. So when you select on build, you will by default you will go to your project folder. There I can give a name for that or APK file. You can just go for car racing game. Okay. Then just select on save. So now it has started publishing that project to the Android platform. So it may take some time, and so be patient. Okay, so here you can see my APK file. Okay, so that is the car racing game. So this is the file which I am going to publish or upload that to my Android phones, and you can install that APK file and play this game. Okay, so this is the final output of which we need, that is the APK file. Okay, so then we will send this file to the mobile phone, and we install that file in your mobile phone, and you can play the game.
So I hope you enjoyed this video. So today we learned about how to install Unity, where you can find the Unity files to install, and how we can use the asset store, and how the assets can be used to create a scene. So we have seen some basics of this game development, and we also saw how we can publish this into the Android platform. So in the coming videos, we will continue with this game, and we will see how we can control the car using the arrow keys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.